California Governor Gavin Newsom has said that the state remains vigilant against potential security threats tied to the West Asia conflict. This after local media reported Federal Bureau of Investigation's warning about possible Iranian drone attacks. In a statement posted on social media, Newsom said California has increased its security measures since the war began. He says he's in constant coordination with security and intelligence officials to monitor threats to California, including those tied to the conflict in West Asia. Now, according to a report by ABC News, the FBI circulated an intelligence alert to law enforcement agencies in California of a possible drone threat linked to Iran. The report says the FBI warned that Iran had aspired to carry out a surprise UAV attack. Now, according to the alert cited by ABC News, the drones could potentially be launched from a vessel positioned off the U.S. West Coast. Officials reportedly warned that unspecified locations in California could be potential targets in such a scenario. However, the bulletin also noted that there was no confirmed timeline, nor specific targets, and no operational details available. Authorities described the alert as a precautionary step meant to raise situational awareness among local police and federal agencies. The report says that they acquired information that, as of early February 2026, which means that it was before the U.S., along with Israel, launched attacks on Iran. The development comes amid heightened tensions between Iran and the United States as the conflict in West Asia continues to evolve. Mr. John Erath is a senior policy director for the Center for Arms Control and Non-Proliferation. Is now joining us live from Washington, D.C. Mr. John Erath, it's good to see you and thank you very much for your time. Let's talk about this United Nations resolution that was just passed an hour ago. And Iran has slammed that resolution because they say it is subjective and it has lost credibility. What do you, or how do you react to the resolution itself and Iran's reaction?
I think that both are fairly predictable. Iran chose to widen the conflict by attacking its neighboring countries, and those countries took their complaints about this behavior to the UN. The UN passed the resolution. It's what the UN does. It's normal business as far as the Security Council is concerned. Likewise, the Iranian reaction is understandable. They, of course, want to have seen action in the Security Council to condemn the U.S. and Israeli attacks on their country. That did not happen given the U.S. veto power and the composition of the Security Council. So from the Iranian point of view, it's looking like it is unbalanced against it.
Mr. John Erath, there have been statements that have been made by President Donald Trump over the past 2 days. They're conflicting statements. He first says that the war will end soon. Now he says that the war in Iran is an excursion for the United States and also for Iran. And now he says we must finish the job. What can you tell us about these conflicting statements coming from the United States and none from Israel?
I wish I had a better answer. The statements are conflicting. The messages from the beginning of the conflict until today have often been contradictory. There's not been a consistent message, particularly about what the U.S. aims in this conflict are. We don't know, so we don't know when the conflict will stop. We don't know when the White House will decide that it is enough. We don't even know what the diplomatic off-ramp might be. Anytime there's a conflict situation, you want to look for ways that you can resolve the situation diplomatically. Until we know what the problem is, why the attacks have taken place at all, it's difficult to find what that diplomatic path might be.
There are some who are suggesting that the United States is willing to leave this fight against Israel and Iran. Is that possible? Can that happen?
I think that it's difficult to say given the lack of clear messaging from the White House. I don't think anything would surprise me at this point, so anything is possible. Logic would say that the president meant what he said when he said that the fight would continue until it was over. But I'm not sure what anyone means by over these days.
Let's talk about another issue that is emerging in this war, and that is the concern by the FBI, and when it comes to this state of California, because it's seemingly a target by Iran, but the FBI is saying that this is a precautionary measure for the security agencies in the state of California to stay prepared. But there are those who say that there are sleeper cells by Iran that could be active in the United States, and they could also pose danger.
Iran is a known state sponsor of terrorism. This has been their modus operandi for decades, primarily in the Middle East, but in other places as well, even in the Western Hemisphere. So it is reasonable to think that there may be consideration given to using terrorist assets that may or may not be present in places like California to carry out acts of reprisal. As far as I can see, there is no solid information on this yet. It's merely cautionary and advising local law enforcement agencies to take the utmost precautions.
Mr. John Erath, stay with me because we have information trickling into our newsroom at this hour. I'll just come back to you in a moment.